there was this peanut butter hair mask. Wait, what? I don't know, right? It was supposed to make your hair soft. So I literally took a whole jar of peanut butter and put it on my hair.
Hi everyone, welcome back to season 4, episode 4 of Art of Beauty. Today I have the beautiful Calista with me.
Hello.
I'm so intrigued by your red hair, by the way. And today's topic, we'll be talking all about trends and hacks, beauty trends and hacks. And I'm sure you've come across quite a lot being on social media.
Yes, I mean, there's always like the trend of the season, right? Like something becomes a trend for a while and then it kind of dies off or it lasts. There's two ways about it. So still looking for certain trends.
Yeah, I feel like there are so many, like I cannot keep up. But do you think does social media actually dictate what trends are? Do you think like beauty brands kind of rely on social media and what people do on social media?
I feel like in 2024, yes, definitely. I feel like everything is dictated by social media. Like that's why social media stars are so big, right? They're literally the ones driving the trends and like sometimes deciding on like what the new colors are or like the new innovative like products are. So I definitely think brands are watching to see what trends are.
Yeah. Because I came across this one article. It was all about like how makeup trends are all like named after food, like the latte eyes, like strawberry girl look or something. And I was like, these are all just kind of like normal everyday looks, but then people call it all these funny names
because they look so delicious.
They look so delicious, but like, why are they all like food related, right?
It's true though. Like I never realized until you said it, but
like glazed donut nails. You know, Hailey Bieber's like big on that.
Like when they used to do the baking.
Oh yeah, like baking. like let's bake our face. Yeah, like make a cake or something.
Yeah, that's actually true. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then like, do you see there was one like they would like dip like a broccoli and like bronzer or something, and then the freckles.
Yeah,
I was like, wait, how come I never thought of that? But it looks really good. Like, don't you think?
But okay, so I feel like beauty trends are like it's just like our body image problems as well, right? You always want what you don't have. Sure. Like I have a lot of freckles and I've never really liked my freckles, but then there are people on social media like putting freckles on. So it's like, yeah, you want what you don't have. You don't want what you have. It's just like a constant thing.
And like, I think one of the like funniest ones is like have you seen like the like strawberry look where they kind of make themselves look like a little like, you're like, when you're cold and you have like a red nose.
Yes,
like the cold girl or something. Some people call it the cold girl icy look or something. And strawberry.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, people want to look like they're
So like there's two different ones that I keep seeing now, right? One is the sun-kissed blusher where it's kind of like a line across the face. And then the winter one is like most of the blusher is on the nose, not really on the cheeks. I mean, it kind of looks cute, but as with every makeup trend, I guess it depends on your face.
Yeah.
Like some people can pull off different looks, right?
Right. Have you tried any like beauty hacks or trends that have worked for you?
The sun-kissed blusher is a current fave. Like I always make sure to put it across my nose now.
Kind of like a little bit sunburned, like...
Yes.
Blush or bronzer do you like to put on there?
Blush.
Blush?
Yeah.
But what kind of blush girl are you? Like more of a pinky blush?
Pinky.
You are?
Pinky,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've always been like a neutral blush kind of girl. Like I always go for like the tan, brownie, apricot vibes.
Well, have you done the color theory thing?
I have not.
Okay, so I'm a cool summer, so like pinks work really well. I can't use anything orangey or like too bronze. It just doesn't look natural. So yeah, it's definitely like the very bright pinks or the muted pinks for me.
Oh yeah. Like very girlish milky colors. I love that. I mean, I've tried like experimenting this year more with like cooler pinks. I feel like it's the it color for blush now. Everybody's doing that like cool toned like baby pink on the cheeks, and honestly I have to say it's like really refreshing and it's really like youthful, like it gives you this really innocent look to it, which I kind of love because I've always been into like that whole bronzy like sculpted face, and now I'm like, well, not today because I have like smoky eyes, but most of the time, like I'll try and do like the clean girl look, and it's just so pretty with like cool tone blush.
Yeah, I feel like now it's very much about the youthful look. Like I feel like when you sculpt too much, you look like older, more mature, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But now it's definitely about like the youthful kind of glow. I mean, even if you like take it back to like music, like K-pop stuff, right? All their songs are all about like, oh, forever young, or youth this and that. So I feel like that's the current trend now.
Yeah. which I kind of like. I like that. Like, we're not trying to look older. We're always trying to look younger. Because I feel like there was a time in 2016, maybe. Remember, like, those block brows that everybody was doing?
Yeah.
Like, I'm guilty of that. Like, I used to do it, like, really, like, strong. Like, it was almost so boxing. And when I look at old pictures, I'm like, how is it even a trend? Like, why was that even a thing? And we were like, oh, brows and fleek.
Yeah, and then
What
the
was
very
that?
arched ones we used to do. Yeah, I don't know. Like, brows change your face so much. And that's also a thing, though. Like, the brow trend also changes so fast.
Yeah.
There was also the straight Korean
brows. Everybody wanted straight
yeah.
brows.
Yeah, now it's just, I don't really see anyone doing anything with the brows.
I feel like now the brows are more kind of just like fluffed out, like kind of like whatever your shape is, just kind of just with gel, not really filled in, kind of like, you know.
Yeah, a little bit more bushy than like
bushy natural. Yeah, I kind of like where the makeup trends are right now. I hope it doesn't change too much. Yeah.
It's not too hard to follow right now, I feel.
Yeah. I feel like, but then again, it changes so often and so frequent. Like, just by a celebrity doing something, the next thing everybody wants to do it.
Like the Sabrina Carpenter blush.
Oh, I haven't tried that.
Okay, so the Sabrina Carpenter blush, apparently her makeup artist kind of leaked it. Apparently it's like super bright on the apples of the cheeks. And then she adds like a more bronzy color on the bottom.
Ooh.
So she also always looks very sun-kissed.
Right.
Yeah, and she has that
like in the middle of the face.
Like underneath the
cheeks.
the apples of the cheeks.
Oh wow, I have not tried that. Why haven't I tried that? Because I've always tried like bronzer and then like blush, but never like blush and like a deeper tone. Oh, I feel like that will work on like some people's faces, but not everyone. I feel like
if you've got a very pronounced
like cheek, area?
cheeks, then it will probably work. Like for me, it's kind of like flat, so I don't think.
But maybe it would like kind of help.
Maybe
like, you know, help with the appearance of like fuller cheeks. I feel like because Sabrina is like big on that, you know, very youthful, like playful, young vibe. So yeah, I'm gonna try that out. I'll let you guys know how that looks on me.
See the photo on Instagram.
I know, but like, but talking about like social media, have you tried any hacks that have worked for you? Like, I know people do like the contour with the spoon, for example. Have you tried that?
I've never done that.
I feel like it's like the weirdest things you see on TikTok, especially. I'm not big on TikTok because I'm not usually active there. I'm always on Instagram. But like, I feel like you get the weirdest stuff on TikTok. So sometimes I'm like trying to find trouble. I'm like, okay, I'll go on TikTok to see like what stuff I can like what's going on.
I don't know. Weirdest trends I've tried that works. I feel like I'm trying one right now and I get the concept.
Yeah.
I'm just not very good at it yet. So I've got like hooded eyes, right?
Me too.
So apparently, like if you draw your liner like straight instead of trying to create a cat eye, it gives you like a more natural cat eye. And I kind of tried it. It does work. I just haven't gotten it down yet. Like it's not perfect yet.
So like draw it straight instead of like it like at an angle.
Instead of winging it, just like straight across.
I feel like that's so unnatural for me, right?
I don't know. But my eyes are really hooded. So when I do like winged liner, it does kind of look a bit weird. Sometimes like you can kind of see the
I get what you mean.
I don't know. I feel like it works. But
does it lift the eye though if you do it straight that way?
Apparently.
Okay.
When I get it down, I'll let you know.
Okay, cool.
I can see how it would work.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen one where like they take like an eyeliner and they like put it there and they just like do you know? I'm so scared to do that. Yeah, they're like, get the perfect wing with like I'm like, God, no, I can't do that.
But
it's kind of scary.
Again, it's like, it depends on your eyes. Like, okay, for me, my eyes are very different. Like, one is like slightly like higher than the other. So like, if I do that, it's going to look nice on one eye, but not together.
Right. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of these trends are kind of like, will only work on some people. I think if you have a very symmetrical face, or if you're really, really young and you have like really big bubbly eyes, maybe it'll work for you. So I guess it's all like kind of trial and error, but have there been any like maybe viral trends that have definitely failed like so far?
For me?
Yeah.
I think overlining the lips.
Really?
You know how Kylie used to do that? Yeah, like I've got kind of thin lips, but overlining it, I don't know, maybe it's just I'm not used to it, but I just did not like that look. It looks so strange on me. I was like, no, it's fine. I'll live with these.
Yeah. I feel like in pictures, maybe like they would work, right?
When you can like filter it and blur it out a bit, maybe. Yeah.
Like in person, maybe it would be a little off. I've tried it, but then again, I have like already quite plump lips. So like I've tried it and it literally looks like half my face is just my mouth. So I was like, you know what? Never mind. Maybe it's not for me. But I have seen some people who like really overline their lips, and it literally like is quite distracting when I speak to them.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at their lips the whole time like, oh yeah, okay.
I feel like again, it's also like there is such a thing as overdoing it. Like if you've already got like big lips, you probably don't want to like do more. But then again, when you've got like small lips, if you overline it, like,
always want what we can.
yeah, it's so difficult. Like some people can pull off any trend. Like
True.
I'm not one of those people.
Yeah, me too. I wish I could, because I would love to try every single trend on earth, honestly. But yeah, how do you feel about like the rapid like rise and fall of these trends? Like, yeah, we mentioned that, you know, there's so many happening and sometimes simultaneously happening, not just with beauty, but also like skincare, hair care, even like people put like weird stuff in their hair.
Yeah, I've definitely tried a few of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this was like quite a few years ago. There was this peanut butter hair mask.
Wait, what?
I don't know, right? It was supposed to make your hair soft. I literally took a whole jar of peanut butter and put it on my hair. It was very messy and it didn't do anything, so it was not worth it.
Wait, like people said it would like make your hair soft?
Yeah.
Like you just smeared like peanut butter all
literally
over.
like how you apply a hair mask, but with peanut butter.
That must have taken a long time to get out.
It took a long time to get on and to get out.
Oh
and
my gosh.
it was a waste of peanut butter. So yeah, some trends don't need to be tried, I think.
Oh my god, who comes up with these? Like who actually like...
Honestly, sometimes I feel like it's a prank. Like there must be
It's just a
someone
joke,
on the internet
guys.
being like, I bet if I put this online and it goes viral, people will try it.
And I
So-
can laugh at everybody trying it because it's supposed to be a joke. Like, don't take it too seriously. People really put like... I know there was one like people put like, what was it? Like egg in their hair.
Oh yeah.
That one
But
does
I
that. I
think
feel like that's a kind of like an old school trick, I feel like.
Yeah,
Right?
people put egg white on their face as well as a face mask.
Oh yeah. I've seen that. I don't know.
I feel like it must work. It's been around for so long, but it's
like
just so
wrong.
messy.
Yeah, it's like I feel like, you know, now like there's so many products that are so accessible that you can find out there that can make your life easier. Like really don't
Yeah.
trouble yourself to like be a chef and like be a cosmetologist and blend everything in your...
There's one right now that people keep talking about, the apple cider vinegar. Like you can put it on your hair.
Oh yeah.
And it's supposed to make your hair shiny, but at the same time it might dry out your scalp. Like it's just like, just buy a hair mask.
Just buy a mask, guys. And also I feel like there are like hair tonics and serums that you can put in your scalp like when you shower that is going to like maybe detox your hair. Because I use one because I have like really oily hair sometimes, and I find that like using like some sort of like vinegar on your scalp really helps kind of like cleanse all the dirt and like oil.
Yeah, there are like the sprays, the
Yeah.
apple cider vinegar like hair spray, which is already like kind of made up for you, I
Yeah.
guess, which is easy. But if you're taking like actual apple cider vinegar and trying to do it yourself,
Yeah, it could be too harsh maybe.
Yeah.
Especially for like sensitive scalp. I can't imagine like if you bleach your hair all the time.
especially
then-
like hair care and skin care, it's like
Yeah.
so easy to like do one thing wrong and mess it up. you know? Like,
it's kind of like a domino effect, you know.
yeah, then instead of making your skin better, it makes your skin worse.
Worse. And then you
know?
have to do all these things to make it better again just for you to try it, something that's going to wreck it again.
Like at one point they were saying like, oh, 10-step Korean skincare, and now they're like, oh no, you should only be like
Simplify it.
you only need 3 products. So it's like, okay, like
Yeah.
once you get used to one thing, it
They change
changes.
it. Yeah.
You can never keep up.
That's true.
Yeah.
But like if you could, like what is a trend that you would definitely bring back, or like what is a hack that you bring back?
Oh, a trend that I would bring back that nobody really does anymore. You remember when they used to do blinding highlighter? I kind of like that. I kind of like
I
it.
love it. I kind of have it on. I don't know if it's still on, but I had it like this morning. I was like, yeah. Because I feel like
But I feel like we use normal amounts. Remember what
last time it was like, okay, let's like put a pound of highlighter like everywhere. So people, and remember it was like all these weird colors. Like people would put like violet, like highlight and like
love
the
it, though.
glitter. I kind of like it too. I feel like there's a time and place for that though, right?
True.
Like I wouldn't go to a business meeting and be like, look at my green highlighter, guys. But I feel like
distraction.
but I do kind of like it too. And I feel like in pictures especially, it looks really nice, right?
Yeah,
and, like,
it's different.
It looks different. I remember they used to have all these holographic highlighters, and I was like all about. I had like the ABH ones that were like blue and purple and green.
Oh no, you know the holographic eyeshadows?
Yes, I
The
love them.
metallic
I
ones.
still use them. I'm still stuck in 2016 apparently.
I've never been able to use it. Like, it just looks a mess on me. I don't know. I'm not very good at applying like eyeshadow, so I don't have the. I feel like with those kind of eyeshadows, you need some kind of skill. Like, you can't blend it out.
Right,
you know what I mean?
you can't just like put it and just like expect to work, right?
Yeah.
But highlighter, bring it back, guys. I would love to see people with like blinding highlights. I feel like people like Jaclyn Hill were like one of the big like influencers, YouTubers at the time that were all about highlighters. And if highlighters were like selling out by like the big pans, people would just like buy them. And I'm like, I never have ever gone through like a whole pan. And I'm like, do I really need this much highlighter in my life? Because what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna put it? Because you literally just put it on like your cheeks,
yeah.
like tip of your nose, right? I don't know, but apparently like highlighters sell like hotcakes back then.
Yeah, nowadays it's not as much. But speaking of like, you mentioned Jaclyn Hill,
Yeah.
that's one thing I would bring back. The YouTube, the beauty YouTubers.
Oh my god,
that's
that was
not
a time.
Really a thing anymore? Like, where are they?
I feel like YouTube, like long form content has kind of been replaced in a way by like, you know, TikTok and like all this short form. But I'm like such a millennial that I'm like, oh no, I can't really let go. I kind of like still crave that in-depth like tutorial. Like back then people were like still learning to do their makeup. And everybody was still like, oh, how do we do a smoky? How do we do a halo eye or a sunset eye? And everybody was like falling step by step. And I feel like that was kind of like a moment in like beauty. It was a time, you know, like every like YouTuber had some sort of collaboration with a brand, remember? And like every day was like a palette,
Yeah.
right? And now I feel like there are no palettes anymore. Everything is just blush, cream bronzer, you know? It's crazy like over the years how things like escalate and de-escalate.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of self-combusted though, like with all the YouTube drama at the time.
Yeah.
And then everyone just kind of went silent for a while, and then TikTok came up.
Yeah.
So then you got your new beauty influencers.
Right. Yeah.
So,
And also I feel like maybe it was like oversaturated the market a little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody had a product and it was kind of like repetitive. Kind
of course, yeah.
But then at the same time, we were just like, no, we need it all. I felt like I was guilty of that. And then I ended up just like not using a lot of it and like, you know, having to donate or like throw it out because it expired.
Yeah.
But I feel like there was a point in time we were hoarding a lot of makeup because of what we saw online.
I mean, like you said, have you ever got, like, I've never really gone through an eyeshadow palette.
Yeah, me too.
Right?
Like,
Like-
we never really use every single color. I've maybe used like, you know, like at most like the cool colors, sometimes like maybe 3-4 times, and that's even for like the special events, you know, like I, like one day out of the year I feel like I want blue eyes or blue eyeshadow, but sometimes I'm just like, you know what, no, I'm just gonna do natural eye or just do a liner. So yeah, it's kind of like sad. I feel bad for those palettes because there were some pretty good palettes out there.
There were, yeah, of course. But like, I feel like it was a point where, like I said, you needed some kind of skill to do, especially like the really colorful stuff.
Yeah.
So like, it's either you were into beauty or you weren't.
Right.
You know, like you were like a makeup girly or you just didn't really use any makeup at all. So there was that kind of thing. And now I feel like everyone's more similar. Everyone kind of uses like the more natural like colors and stuff, so everyone is kind of included in that.
Yeah, which is nice, I think. Yeah, because it's not as complicated as it used to be, and it's also quite refreshing, honestly. But yeah, apart from that, have you tried any beauty hacks that have actually worked out for you that you still continue to this day?
I think contour
Yeah.
is something that I caught on to a little bit later on. But now I feel like I can't do without it because, like I was telling you, I've got quite flat cheeks, right? So to kind of like give some kind of definition, I use like the contour, and I used to do it like here. I feel like that was a trend at one point. They were just doing it
like
here.
put it down here, right?
Yeah, and then now they're like, oh, you bring it up to like give it like a more lifted, like not exactly snatched, but like
natural
like,
snatch.
Yeah.
Natural.
So I do that a lot nowadays. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And like I feel like lately, as I get older, I'm a little lazier with my makeup. I'm just kind of like kind of blend my bronzer and my contour together. It's kind of like a 2-in-1. Whereas back then I'd be like, contour is contour and bronzer is bronzer. Now it's just like, oh, it's the same thing, you know?
I have never really known the difference.
Really? I always felt like a contour was more cool tone and bronzer would always be like, kind of like to warm up the face, like all over.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Like, so since I always use cool tone stuff,
Yeah.
like I never really touched like the warmer tones, which would probably be bronzer, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But now it's kind of like, you know, you have like all these cream products, which I think is also cool because back then it was mainly all powders,
Yes.
right? Do you dig the whole like powder situation or are you more of a cream girl?
I feel like powder is easier to use.
Yeah.
Cream takes a little while to get used to, but
Right.
the cream look does look really nice. Like,
Yeah.
Rare Beauty has these like blushes and
Those are
highlights.
some of my favorites.
Oh, they feel like cashmere.
It is, yeah.
I love
do.
it. Yeah.
And I feel like they're really reasonably priced too.
Yeah,
Right.
I've been wanting to get, but I have so much blush at home. I can't really justify it, but I really want it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that also like made its round on like TikTok. Like everybody's
Yeah.
talking about like single color. I think it was like Hope or Joy or something like that. That was really, it's like a bright pink. And everybody was like,
I think that's the one I
Yeah.
wanted. I can't
yeah.
remember what
but
it's
it's really
called.
good. I
yeah.
have like a few of those because I was obsessed with those for when they came out, and it really does go a long way. Like it's so pigmented, but not in like a crazy way. It's super easy to like blend
Yeah.
out, and I love that about cream. So I've kind of like converted from like a full powder girl to like a cream girl, I'd say. And it's funny, I never thought I'd say that because I have like combination skin.
Oh.
And I never thought like I would be a cream kind of girl. I always thought like, oh
Yeah.
because I always get oily like on my T-zones, and I've, you know, it's so hard to get like makeup to stay on without like touching up.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, like I feel like now makeup is so, like the technology behind makeup and formulations have like, you know, been so great. Like I
Yeah,
don't know how they make those creams really lightweight and like long wearing.
it's definitely come a long way.
Yeah.
Like I feel like now it's also easier to use. Like it's just because it doesn't kind of like separate on your face.
Yeah.
Remember the Kiki foundation?
Oh, that's
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I look back at pictures and I was like, wow, my face is completely a different shape from my neck. And I'm like, how did I think
Yeah.
this was a look? Like, I felt so good then. But now looking back, I'm like, oh God, nobody see these pictures, you know?
Yeah, I feel like, especially with foundation, at one point it was like, because we were saying like, it doesn't look flawless in person.
Mhm.
You can always kind of like see it. But I feel like there was one thing that we kind of overlooked, which was when foundation sits on your face instead of like blending into your skin, that's not the proper formulation for you. It's not that it should look like this. It shouldn't look like it looks like on TikTok. It's you can find the proper formula for you, and it just takes some searching sometimes depending
Yeah.
on your skin, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Not everyone can use the same thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of trial and error. I think that's why a lot of people always like are always on the hunt to buy like the next beauty thing because they
Yeah.
always think it's going to be better than whatever they have. I feel like
It's
it's kind
true.
of like a toxic cycle because I'm also like constantly buying makeup that I don't need. And so I always have to remind myself like, you know what, you have everything already. You don't need to keep trying just because they like repackaged it or renamed it or it's pretty much the same.
The problem is
Yeah.
so pretty.
I know it's okay. Sometimes I buy it for the packaging or like the hype of it, and I'm like, you know. But what do you think is like the future? Like, what do you think are some of the upcoming trends that you think or you foresee happening in the next maybe, you know, end of this year? Like,
I don't really know. I
Right?
don't really know where it would be going right now. I feel like the heavy lashes are no longer a thing. Like now it's more like a natural.
right?
Like, you know, at one point we were all getting like extensions, like super heavy extensions.
Yeah, and wear like 3 lashes.
Yeah.
Weird.
Guilty.
Me too.
I still do really love that extension look,
Yeah.
but it's really damaging for your lashes.
Right. That's true,
So-
guys.
But yeah, where it's gonna go, I honestly have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's kind of exciting, but at the same time, it's kind of scary because I feel like one day we're just doing like a big circle. Eventually, we're all going to end up wearing like layers of makeup again eventually.
Oh, God. It's like fashion, right?
Yeah, it's fashion. So we're just going to recycle this in like, you know, maybe 5 years, we'll all be wearing like, you know, like full on caked makeup, like beauty makeup.
I feel like the problem is it always does an extreme 180.
Yeah.
Like last year it was all about the matte lipsticks, and this year suddenly it's all about like, oh, we need like the high gloss.
Yeah, the
Which
lip
was-
oil.
Yeah, which was a trend like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a constant, we go from here to here to here to here.
Yeah.
And there's never any like middle
And they just
ground.
call it different things now. It's just the same thing renamed. But do you have like maybe any favorite content creators or beauty creators that you constantly watch?
I feel like someone I really watch now is Michaela on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah, the YouTubers aren't really around anymore. I do watch Anne's content, Anne from Hits.
Mm-hmm.
She does a lot of like makeup stuff, and she's really good with like the eyeshadow and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So I like watching how she does her eyeshadow. I've been trying to get her to teach me. We haven't found the time yet, but yeah, her content's really good as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. Yeah, I feel like I personally still follow a lot of the old school YouTubers like Tati and all that, because I feel like she still does like pretty good reviews.
Mm.
And like I know there was one hack that she like spoke about like many years ago. She used to put like, I think it was like hemorrhoid cream on her face
I've
or
heard that.
something. Like I was like, wait, am I really brave enough to try it? Like, okay, this is, but she's, and she like, there was one hack that she like did like hairspray on her entire face. I think this was before like setting sprays existed. Maybe like it wasn't really, setting sprays weren't really a thing. So she would like hairspray her whole face. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like the breakout is gonna just happen for me at least.
So I feel like
my
that
skin is so like breakout prone. Like if I put anything wrong on there, it's just the next day I'm just going to have a fun time trying to conceal that fun friend, you know? But,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like there's no one I like follow, because I think it's also just because of like the TikTok culture, because like last time YouTube, you subscribe to them and then you just watch, right? But now TikTok is like, once you see something you like, you just keep scrolling and different people come up with like similar things. So I don't really follow one person in general, but it's like you saying that just made me think of one trend that I'm really liking, which is the gua sha.
Yeah, a few people have mentioned that. Do you do that like
I've
frequently?
tried it. I'm very inconsistent with it. Just because like I don't really do a proper night routine. I always fall asleep.
Oh, girl. Okay.
My face is clean. That's about it.
But you have great skin, so you're really blessed, I feel like. Great skin.
I think that's one thing that I think, especially like a podcast called The Art of Beauty, we need to mention. A lot of things is genetics. Like,
Lucky girl.
you don't need all the skincare that somebody has.
Yeah,
like,
that's
just
true.
because they were born with great skin. Like, you know. But yeah, I have noticed like when I do the gua sha, you do see like the shape of your face change. Like it's more lifted, it's more toned, it's more, you know, your skin is like slightly glowier. So if you're one of those people who can stick with a routine, I definitely recommend it. And everyone has like similar, maybe slightly different routines for the gua sha, which I keep seeing on TikTok, which is why I don't follow one person.
Oh, yeah.
Like I just keep trying all the different ones.
Yeah,
and then
because there's
see which one
definitely a
fits.
learning curve there, I feel like, right? You don't know what to do with it. I think I have a gua sha too, but I've never really like you said, immersed myself in it and been consistent. So when I do use it, I feel it feels good.
Yeah.
Like you feel like your face is a little tightened and lifted. But I know it helps with like blood circulation, deep puffing and all that. But sometimes I imagine like, wow, what if I was really regimented and disciplined and like did it twice a day? Like would my face be like super snatched?
I saw this girl on TikTok. She showed a before after of doing gua sha for a year. Like she looks like a different person.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's like almost like what? Is that just like, does it like eventually fade, or is it almost like a permanent like fix?
I think basically it's like they call it like
Maintenance,
exercise for your face. Like once you stop, it will.
It will
you
have
start
to always
coming back.
like keep up with it, right?
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like working out.
Don't really do that either.
Like a workout for your face. So if you stop, you're going to stop seeing those results.
Yeah. But this girl that I saw, like her face she wasn't like, I wouldn't call her like fat or anything, but like she was very snatched. Like her face was like just very tight and glowy, and she just looked more youthful, like we were saying, and like, you know, like everything was up.
Yeah.
Whereas you wouldn't have noticed it before, but when you see the comparison, she did have like her cheeks were like drooping a little bit, like they were a little bit bigger.
Right.
The shape was different. Yeah, so I think it definitely does work, but you have to work for it.
No, beauty is pain, guys. Beauty is pain. If you could set like a trend, or you could set like a hack or viral, like a viral tip, what would it be?
I'd like to see tips for like those lazy days. And I don't mean like no makeup where there's still like 10 steps you have to do before you leave the house. I mean like actual, if you don't have time or you don't want to put makeup on your face every day, what is there something that you can do to still look done up?
Yeah.
Like my tip is always mascara. Mascara changes everything.
That
you
is
just
true.
Stick mascara on and leave the house.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I think like, if your eyes look awake, like you pretty much, you can rule the day.
Which is why I liked eyelash extensions. That's why, because you literally wake up like this, you know?
Well, yeah, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much, Calista. It was so fun speaking to you all about like beauty tracks and hacks and trends. So thanks so much, guys, for staying in tune with us. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.